Now, she says the rollout has been lumpy. She says that there is a huge risk here that people in New South Wales and more broadly the rest of the country will be left behind as other countries start to reconnect post-pandemic.
I don't want to see our citizens left behind because the rest of the world starts trading with each other, starts travelling. We don't want us to be left behind unnecessarily, so I'm really keen to get the rollout happening as fast as we can.
So in the past 24 hours, we've seen some 7,000 people coming forward for testing in New South Wales. Now, that is a tenth of what we saw at the height of the Avalon cluster breakout over Christmas. The Premier is asking everyone to come forward for testing and maintain their social distancing. It's what we've been hearing for over a year now. But the Premier says until the majority of the population is vaccinated, we do still need to be doing those measures and also not becoming complacent. The Premier said this morning that she was at least pleased with what New South Wales had been able to do so far with the limited resources they've been receiving.
All of our quarantine workers have been vaccinated, and by the first, we were asked to do 300,000 vaccinations. That was the only task we were given out of 6 million people in New South Wales who can have access to the vaccine. We were asked to do, as a state, 300,000. And I also feel quite vindicated in pushing the federal government to allow us to vaccine our quarantine workers first. If we just relied on vaccinating the aged care workers, we may have seen more breakouts in New South Wales.